Hello once again my friends and welcome to yet another PhilbertGreen painting video. As always, this isn't really a professional tutorial, but I do hope it does help you if you are following along at home. The UBCS may have gotten slaughtered during their insertion to Raccoon City, but a handful of them managed to escape to relative safety. Well, maybe safety isn't the right word. The next video in the Last Escape expansion box, we have the first of the new playable characters it introduces. Today, we've got another two ill-fated mercenaries, a pre-infected Murphy Seeker, and an intact, unexploded Tyrell Patrick. However, as the Last Escape introduces the concept of advanced characters, Tyrell actually has two different minis to play with. Keep an eye out for more alternate models in a later video. Just like my other videos, if you are following along at home, just take your time and go at a pace that you are comfortable with. As ever, we'll be starting off by basing them with Mechanicus Standard Grey. With our new UBCS boys based up and ready to rock, I used Deathworld Forest to paint Murphy and the Tyrell twins' jackets. The beauty of these guys wearing a uniform means we can use the pre-existing recipe from our original Mercs video. You can find that video linked down in the description. As always, I thinned down my paints and applied at least 2 thin coats. I used Rakarth Flesh next to paint the trousers of our army boys. I also noticed that both Tyrells have a sort of pouch attached via a strap on their left leg. I left that unpainted to be done another colour next to match the rest of their equipment. I then used CORVUS Black to paint their knee pads, boots, their BDUs, pockets and pouches included, and the aforementioned leg strap pouch that double Tyrells are rocking. I avoided painting the buckles on their chest straps as I would be doing them later a different colour. Tyrell also has a pistol holster strapped to his webbing, which I left unpainted to be done later on. Next up, it's time to put some colour in those rosy cheeks. I used Cadian Fleshtone to paint Murphy's skin, including his fingertips poking out from his fingerless gloves, and then followed that up with both Tyrell's skin and fingertips using Rhinox hide. Returning back to CORVUS Black, I painted their gloves, taking care not to go over their fingers as I had just painted them and I really didn't want to go and do them again. Mechanicus Standard Grey was my next pick. I used it to paint several things, starting with Tyrell's weird arm warmer things, I guess that's just a UBCS supervisor thing, as well as his tactical turtleneck, and then all three of the models' buckles on their tactical gear. To keep our new allies' heads warm, I used Abaddon Black to paint both of the Tyrell's hair, then followed that up with Castellan Green to paint Murphy's beanie hat. At least one of them is dressed sensibly for the chilly end of September. Using Abaddon Black again, I painted all three models' arsenals, the Tyrell twins' handguns, and the main body of Murphy's assault rifle, leaving the magazine he's holding as well as the barrel, which I then painted straight after using LEADBELCHER for a bare metal effect. The penultimate thing to do was go back to the Tyrell boys' holsters as I mentioned right near the start of the video. For these I used Dryad Bark to get them looking like leather. The last thing to do before the exciting wash stage was the insignia patch on their backs. I used Deathworld Forest to paint the patch itself, avoiding the umbrella logo, which once again was one of the fiddliest things I have ever painted. I used Mephiston Red to fill in the 4 red triangles, followed up with some white scar for the 4 white ones. Lastly, I very carefully, and you can't prove otherwise, used Abaddon Black to paint Tyrell's glasses. With all my messy mistakes covered up, come on, by now you guys definitely know that I made a ton of them. It's time to give them a wash. I used Nuln Oil to wash all of their uniform, pockets and pouches, hats and hair, and their weapons. Once again, I very carefully applied the wash to their trousers, trying to get it only into the creases and folds. The next wash I used was Reikland Fleshshade to paint all three models' exposed skin to bring out the definition on their faces and fingers. And of course the final step was our good old-fashioned basing technique, Astrogranite Technical, Nuln Oil wash, and a light dry brush of Celestra Grey, and I finished them all off with the friendly blue band around the base as they are all fully playable on the board game. Man, does it ever feel good to paint another blue base for once. And there you have it. Another deadly duo, or would that be a trio, as one of them is kind of a clone? Ready to wage war on the undead menace and help out our main group of survivors. Hopefully Murphy doesn't end up infected and gunned down, and Tyrell manages not to set off any booby-trapped safes this time around, even though he is technically a bad guy. These guys were challenging to paint as they have a lot going on and a lot of different things to paint. However, I am really happy with the result, and I'm really pleased with how they look, especially alongside the rest of their unit. Bringing new skills to the tabletop, these guys will definitely add a new dimension to the game. Once again, thank you all for watching, I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Stay safe, survivors!